Day 33. How real servants act. From Matthew 10:42. If you give even a cup of cold water to one of the least of my followers, you will surely be rewarded. You'll surely be rewarded. You know, as you allow yourself to be available to God throughout the day at any time, He'll use you. And the question very often is, are you available to God at any time? Can He mess up your plans, for example, without you becoming resentful? Are you a servant? You know, and if you are a servant, you don't get to pick and choose when or where you will serve. Being a servant means giving up the right to control your schedule and allowing God to interrupt it whenever He needs to. We have people, you know, in the church who give lifts to people. Well, it's much more convenient not to give a lift to someone. Because if you give a lift, you have to drive there, you have to leave, like, you know, sometimes half an hour early because they're not always ready as they should be, perhaps. And that could get a little bit irritating because you could be in the church, but you're gone and you've done something and you're picking them up and they're not on time. And it gets frustrating. And, you know, and then you go to church and people are looking at you funny because you're late, but you're not late. You were really early because you just went to pick them up. And it's allowing people to have that, you know, allowing God to have that freedom to use you and allowing people to interrupt your schedule. That's a servant. That's what servants do. They're not serving themselves, they're serving God. And you know, it's not always easy to serve. It's often not easy to serve. So I just want to encourage you, if you're a servant, to don't lose heart in your service. Keep on serving and have the right perspective. Being a servant means giving up the right to control your schedule and allowing God to interrupt it whenever He needs to. If you will remind yourself at the start of every day that you're God's servant, interruptions won't frustrate you as much because your agenda will be whatever God wants you to do in your life. Servants see interruptions as divine appointments for ministry. Isn't that interesting? They have a different perspective on it once it's pointed out. And they're happy for the opportunity to practice serving. And the church needs to serve. See you tomorrow.